Hello, everybody. Welcome back to How Come. This episode is all about mermaids with a mermaid you may know from Netflix's MerPeople, the Blix Unami. I just recently met Blix on the show Slippery When Wet, which is, if you remember my friend Betsy Carroll, we run a mermaid-themed variety show once a month. It's a thesis all about what mermaids mean to Betsy. There's comedy, there's music, and there's great guests. And Blix was one of those guests. So after hearing Blix's story on the show, I was like, we need to talk on the pod because Blix is just so unapologetically themselves. Trigger warning, we are talking about HIV because Blix is extremely good at being positive despite being HIV positive, and actually sees it as a blessing. So stay tuned for how that could be and how to be as positive as Blix.
How come? How come? How come I can't achieve? How come I can't achieve? I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh baby, I believe these guests can help. 'Cause I can't do it by myself. I wanna jizz.
Welcome, Blix.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
I appreciate it.
We met the other night at Slippery When Wet, which, if you guys haven't heard of Slippery When Wet, it is a mermaid-themed variety show that I've been producing with our friend Betsy Carroll. And it's basically about what mermaids mean to her, like about the human experience. And you are a professional mermaid, very well-known mermaid. You were on Netflix's MerPeople.
Yeah.
What do mermaids mean to you?
To me, mermaids ultimately mean freedom and like the desire to just live life however you want to and literally go with the flow. Because even being a merm, living in the ocean isn't always calm. So when those rough seas and those storms happen, you got to learn how to go with the flow and keep swimming. Literally.
Roll with the riptides.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
that's what it means to me. Just being free and being yourself authentically to the fullest.
And you have always been able to be authentically yourself. Like you knew you were gay from like a very young age, right? Like about 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, very much. A very young age, I already knew that I was different. I knew I was very much different than the other boys and my other male cousins. I was always around the girls, and I liked mermaids and Barbie dolls and pink and, like I like the girly stuff. I like playing with the dress up stuff. And
Which is now being like more accepted by,
yeah.
if you're a straight little boy, you're allowed to like all of those things, which I do love. But you were also like, yeah, I've got crushes on boys.
Yeah, especially back in the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, that era. So, yeah, it was a tough time, but I don't regret nothing though. Like, I think it was honestly good. I really think it wasn't that bad. I mean, of course, no, you can't have that happen and whatever, but ultimately, yeah, I'm glad I got to experience the childhood I had.
Do you remember your early 90s crushes?
Ooh, early 90s crushes. I don't think 90s per se. I guess, well, when did Power Rangers come out? I guess whenever Power Rangers first came out, the Black Ranger.
Yeah.
I had a crush on him. But definitely in the early 2000s when George of the Jungle came out.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like one of the ones.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have been talking about George of the Jungle recently, and there's like that one scene where he is slippery when wet. He is sweaty as fuck, and everyone's like, let me slide on it. Let me bounce on it.
I think he just got to New York and he took a shower for the first time. So yeah.
But so what's interesting about that character too is in Slippery When Wet, Betsy talks about how mermaids are always portrayed as these like sexy born yesterday characters, that they're like incredibly hot, but also not good at the everyday things to do. Like they have like, they're like neurodivergent coded in that they're really good at very like sophisticated things, like learns how to speak English in like a day, but then also like would use a fork for a hairbrush, like those type of
Yeah,
mermaid things. And I feel like
yeah,
Georgia the Jungle is also very sexy born yesterday. Like he was
yes,
just like discovered, and then they were like,
uh-huh.
okay, well, let this hot guy, let's just
Right.
hang out with him.
Yes, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. But then also too, if you expand it more, that's just one type of mermaid mindset.
Mm.
Like with Siren, I don't know if you remember the show Siren that came out. It was on Freeform.
Uh-uh.
It's a more adult themed mermaid show. And the
Okay.
mermaid, she has that sexy born yesterday, but then she's really like beastly. So she
Okay.
like knows when a guy isn't supposed to be touching her and she kicks his ass. Like, yeah. And I think it took
That's
her a few days to learn English. That was the nice part I did realize. For her, it
but
took
she
those
very
mermaids.
much understands consent,
Yeah, right, right. Yes.
which takes a lot of us a little more time to learn, just given
hmm
the water that we're steeped in.
Right.
That's interesting. I want to watch that show. Do they have
Yeah. Those
mermaid
mermaids are way more
sex?
animalistic. Yes, I was gonna tell
Okay.
you, I was gonna mention that in
Okay.
season two, they end up some mermen end up coming on, and then the whole thing on that show is so crazy because they don't have mermen per se, because apparently the mermaids go to a like sacred pool and become mermen to have offspring.
Oh, so they're like certain
It's
types of
insane.
fish.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
they're
how
like
certain
different
types of fish
tribes.
that like they'll
hmm
change their gender in order to
Yes,
reproduce? Yeah.
yes, yes. They had something like that going
Wow.
on. It's really nice. Then they have like different tribes of mermaids, and like if a mermaid leaves her tribe, her tail will morph to whatever new tribe she gets to. Like it's really good. It's so
Mm-hmm.
good. I'm gonna tell you
Mm-hmm.
now, it ends on a cliffhanger, and you're gonna be mad. So if you
Okay.
watch it, season one and two, I will just prepare you now that
Just
you're
don't
gonna be
finish
upset.
it. It's like I used to only
Yeah,
watch. You remember how Titanic came in a box set of
yeah.
like two different VHSs? Like I would only ever watch the first one, and then I'd be
The
like, "What a
first one.
lovely romantic comedy."
Yeah. We'll do that and then just stop in the middle of season two.
Just stop at the. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. So we were talking about how these sirens will change gender. In your
hmm
bio, it says that your pronouns are they them.
Yes.
Okay. So when did you know that about yourself?
When I was working at TJ Maxx, and the
Mm-hmm.
longer my hair got, and the more I started playing with makeup, it was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of, "Oh, you're a pretty boy," or the little kids, "Are you a boy or a girl?" So when
Yeah.
that started happening, when that started happening, I was like, "Oh,
You were
okay."
like,
And
"Good
then from the
question.
right, it's like, you
Something I
decide.
haven't considered." Yeah.
Right. And then too, a lot of the times from the back, I would be like, people would say, "Ma'am, can you help me?" And I would turn around and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir." Blah, blah, blah. And so then with the mermaid thing too, when I started really coming up with my brand, I started playing with like the colors of eyeshadow and stuff. Cause it started with like eyebrows and then mascara. Then I eased my way into foundation, and then I eased my way a little bit more into adding like a little color here on the side. And
Mm-hmm.
then now with the whole Blix Unami thing, actually in my adult version of the stories I'm doing, I have both parts. So the Blix Unami is essentially a
Okay.
hermaphrodite,
Great.
but there's a lot of like off mermaid comics of them having both parts.
Mm-hmm.
They could be male or female at the top, but then usually at the bottom it's both parts.
Right, right, right. So it's interesting because there's like a lot of performers that I've noticed on Drag Race recently that they
hmm
start in drag as like cis men. And
hmm
then through the art of drag, they realize that they're actually trans women or whatever. So that feels like kind of
Yeah.
like your journey as well, that you were like, well, like mermaiding feels very true to me, but then also like these other issues surrounding gender come up, and like now I know myself a little bit better.
Yeah. Because in the beginning too, like in the early maybe like 2010s, 2014s, 15s, a lot of the mermen, they were really hell bent on being called mermen. Like that
Mm-hmm.
whole wanting to, because they were like, "Oh, don't call me a mermaid, I'm a merman." Me
Right.
personally, it was always, I don't care what you call me, mermaid, merman. Like I didn't care.
Yeah. You're like, no, I like mermaid.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
cute.
it's generalization sometimes. Like,
I
people
just
will
thought
see,
of
I see those
a gender
mermaids.
fluid one as a merson,
Yes, merson, merperson,
mm,
merfolk,
merfolk,
merm. Yeah, I say
merm.
merme. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like choose your own adventure because it's a fantasy to begin
Yes,
with.
exactly,
So like,
exactly,
make it what feels the best to you.
exactly.
Okay, and so when you do professional mermaiding, are you doing like the swimming, the tricks, the whatever, or like is it mostly like your comedy and your music?
It depends on the gig.
Okay.
So if there's a stage, I'm usually just performing my songs. The Slippery
Mm-hmm.
When Wet, that was my first time like doing comedy and like talking to the crowd like that.
Oh,
Um,
fun. We popped you a
yeah,
little tail cherry.
yes, y'all did. But yeah, that was my first time. So usually if there's a stage involved, I'm performing my song. If there's a
Okay.
pool or there's water, I'm in my tail
Mm-hmm.
splashing around. If there's a tank, then that's like posing for photos and doing tricks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on what the gig requires me to do.
And do you prefer doing like gigs that are for children or like
No,
adult? Okay.
adults. I love
Adults.
stuff. I've only done one kid's party, and that was the first party I ever did in 2017 or 2016. And I was like, never again. I got paid very well. So
Yeah.
there was also that. A lot of other parties after that wasn't trying to pay me that same amount as that first one. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, nah.
So
Even
what
to
was
this
so
day.
bad about it though? Or like what was
Um,
off-putting?
the off-putting was the like just being around kids and
Mm,
how they can get disrespectful with
sure.
things they say. So you like slick on the side, or like you give the birthday girl a back swim. All 19 of her friends want a back swim too, and those are different sizes. So it's
Totally.
like no,
You're
and then
like,
they're
I'm
like, "Oh
drowning.
my crown, yeah." Like I
You're
remember,
14. I can't do
yeah,
this.
right. I don't think you should be on my back.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just that whole entertaining kids thing. I don't know. It's just I gotta get paid a lot. I gotta
Yeah.
get paid a lot to do a kids party. I'm sorry. Like the kids, that's a lot of energy to keep them like
Yeah.
entertained and then like in the fantasy too because they got tablets. The kids are born with tablets now, so they know what everything is. So, well, it's a lot.
Betsy and I were at a pool recently and there was only like two kids there, but I was like, Betsy, like, go
Hmm.
put your tail on. Like, this will be fun for them.
Yeah.
And the little girl just kept going, I want to meet Ariel. And I was like, well, there's another mermaid here. Like, you're being
Right.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
So I can imagine with like multiple kids and also just kids like they do say whatever is on their fucking mind.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just don't want to deal with that.
Yes, especially when it's a bunch of them for 2 hours.
Yeah. But you shared a lot with us at Slippery. I'm so excited that that was the first time you were talking because it seemed
Hmm.
so easy for you and
Yeah.
you were very open about not just your mer journey, but like your life journey,
Hmm.
which we mentioned riptides. Like
Hmm.
you have been homeless, living in a shelter before.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Slept in a
you,
car, couch hopping,
yeah.
verbal abuse from my parents as a kid, like
Mm-hmm.
become getting in a relationship, my longest one, and then finding out I'm HIV positive after, like
Is that
doing a
it was
lot.
from your longest relationship?
Hmm.
Oh, and were you guys monogamous?
Yes, but then
Oh, wow.
infidelity did end up happening. But
Shut
then
up.
But I found out he was already far gone with the shit.
Before you guys were even
Yeah.
dating.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it was just he lied about his status the whole way through until after we broke up. And I was like, what
Oh,
the?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. But it's like, and then after I found out that that's actually a lot of people's story that I've met in the community, it's like, damn, that's crazy. Like, somebody who say they love you would really fuck your life up like that and not
Mm-hmm.
like have no remorse and just be there with you every day saying they love you and then they're poisoning you the whole time. Like that shit is crazy.
It's
But hey,
crazy.
it definitely strengthened me to like
Mm-hmm.
be up more on my health and like what I'm eating and stuff, and like even sexual because I am a sexual person. Mermaids.
Come
A
on.
lot of adult books got mermaids seducing people
Mm-hmm.
and having sex and stuff like that.
You don't
So
have to get
it's
wet if you
like
stay wet.
exactly. But then also I like being up on my health. Like I get tested every
Yeah.
4 months. I take my necessary meds, like all that shit. So
Yeah.
that comes with it.
I literally was just talking about
Mm.
this. I was hired by a woman to break up with her boyfriend for her recently on Cameo because he
Oh,
cheated on her and gave her an STI. And
oh damn.
she was just like, I don't want to like see this person.
Hmm.
And like, whenever somebody is cheating, that is so disrespectful. But then to do
Yeah.
it in an unsafe way,
Mhm. Mhm.
and like what happened to you of it wasn't even, oh, I fucked up one time. And
Right.
like, maybe let me see if I go get tested so I can like tell this person that I'm in a very committed
Mhm.
relationship with
Mhm.
what the fuck is up.
Right.
So how did you find out? Like, did they eventually tell you, or like were you
Yeah.
already broken
He,
up?
he told me the day we split. We broke up on Halloween.
Shut up.
Yeah, like we broke up on Halloween, and then we were living in Atlanta at the time, and we went back to South Carolina because we met in South Carolina, was dating, moved to Atlanta. I was just getting into the mermaid shit, with my mermama, and
Uh-huh.
living out there, trying to really like get into the mermaid shit. And then we broke up Halloween, and a week later we drove back to South Carolina to have our separate ways. And when I left out his car, he said, um, make sure you take care of yourself and stay healthy. Have a nice life. And he left. And I was like, that was really specific.
Yeah.
Because you don't just say
But
stuff
also
like that
not
to
specific
people.
at all.
Yeah. And then what made it really hit is when I rang the doorbell to my mom's house. The first thing she said was, "Oh, hey, Eric, you look sick." And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, you need to eat or something. Like, she was like, you don't look like yourself. And I was like, well, shit. I did just go through a lot in a
Uh-huh.
relationship in the past 2 years. So,
Yeah.
yeah, then I called my best friend because then
But
I
she was
was
like, no, you
asking
look like
about it.
physically ill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now at this point, my mind is racing. I called my best friend. I'm like, hey, girl, we got to go to the doctor tomorrow because I need to see what the fuck going on. And yeah, the next day, that's when I found out. And
That you're HIV positive.
and they was saying I had it for like at least a year already. And
Wow.
I was with old boy, yeah. So that was the thing. But hey, once I found out, I got on my shit and I just kept living. Like, yeah, I cried the day of, but then I was like, wait, this ain't the end of it. This ain't the 80s no
Mm-hmm.
more. Like, I'm gonna be fine. So I got on that real quick
It's
of I'm gonna be fine. Like,
Yeah, no, that's amazing. But I'm also just thinking back to like, do you think your relationship for that last year was bad and that's why you didn't notice that you were feeling sick? Like you were just feeling like, oh, I'm in a bad relationship. Of course I'm going to like feel a little physically ill. Or did you not feel it at all?
I didn't feel it at all because the relationship was
Okay.
like a roller coaster. Like,
So that was like spiking your hormones all the time and like
yeah, like it was good and it was
dysregulating your system.
bad. It was
Mm-hmm.
really good and it was really bad. Like first Beyonce concert, first time going to Disney World with somebody holding hands, and
Mm-hmm.
first time being in a car accident because of him. Like first time
Jesus.
going to jail together. Like that shit was crazy.
Oh
That
my God.
relationship was crazy. But then looking back at it now and see where I'm at today, I don't regret nothing that happened because it made me who I am today.
Yeah. Of course. No, and like you're literally just, Betsy was saying this over and over, like one of the most positive people, and like
Hmm.
it's very inspiring. But just to clear up for anybody who's listening, so it was, you got diagnosed as HIV positive, which doesn't mean
Yeah.
that you have
AIDS,
AIDS.
no, yeah, no. Once
Mermaids.
mermaids, yeah, yeah. If it was that situation, I would have probably been damn near dead, like
Okay.
skin and bones, and it'd take months to get undetectable because that's what I am now because I take my meds and I was able to
Oh,
catch it before it became full blown. Because if you don't get on medicine to regulate all of that shit in your blood and all of that, then that's when the whole AIDS can take over and literally kill you. You get
really
pneumonia.
start,
And
yeah, depleting
yeah.
your body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
wait, so you're saying if you take your medicine, you have become undetectable. Is that like
Mm-hmm.
with herpes that sometimes like you cannot transmit it to other people if you're taking your meds?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I didn't even know that was a
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. And so how do you know in the moments like when you are undetectable?
When I go to get my blood drawn every 4 months,
Okay, got it.
because they keep account of all the blood cells, the different cell numbers. It's a whole like technical thing.
Mhm.
But I find out every 4 months. They check everything too, and that's what I love about it. And that's kind of the one of the blessings from it. It's like a blessing in disguise because I got insurance now, and I'm able
Yeah.
to live out here, and I got EBT for the first time in life because they look at it as a disability. I've never
Oh, wow.
I've always worked jobs all my life. So now to be out here and actually do this shit without having to worry about a legit 9 to 5 all the time is like, it's pretty like it's a fucking blessing after a while. Like, even being in that shelter
Do
when I
not
was in the
let your
shelter.
ex hear this, but okay, I do.
Oh, I don't care. He already knows. I done talked
Okay.
shit about him multiple times already. But I mean, this would be something different because now this is my first time like publicly talking about it. Like I've
Yeah.
said things like my Instagram, they know people know I'm positive, but then not everybody knows. So it's like I really
Right.
don't care though at this point. Um, but yeah, I don't care what the fuck my ex find out. I don't give a
No,
fuck
I
about
just
him.
don't want him to think he's a blessing because he's
Oh
not.
no, he's not. He's not.
Yeah.
But even still, he kind of is because of the shit we went through. Like, I
Yeah.
can't knock it. Like, we went to my first Beyonce concert. I love Beyonce. So
I
to
know.
have,
I
to
love
have
that.
gone to my first one with my then boyfriend, and
Yeah.
my then boyfriend, we got to hold hands in Disney World and take pictures with the Disney princesses and stuff. Like, I
Mhm.
was living. Like, he would buy me mermaid dolls. Like, it was that relationship. It was like the good was really good and the bad
Yeah.
was really bad. Like,
Yeah. I relate so much to like the holding hands at Disney thing because I
yeah.
remember with my first boyfriend, like I was 21 when we started dating, but I took
Mhm.
him to one of my high school reunions and all I ever
Yeah.
wanted to do in high school was like kiss a boy in the library. Like I'd never
Yeah.
done that. And then like
Like
we
the
went and like
movies.
check. Yeah, literally.
Yes, yes. And then being like out and gay and black
Mhm.
and doing it like that just gave me so much life. So I was thankful for shit like that. So yeah,
Mhm.
I can't, talk too much shit. It's still like fuck him low key, but it's like, okay, thank you for the good times I did
For
experience with you.
those experiences. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I also love, I did not know that your birth name is Eric.
Yeah.
Like
And I
you're
tell
meant
people,
to
yeah.
be a mermaid or with a
Yeah.
mermaid. Yeah.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time, once I like break down the mermaid thing, if I meet somebody for the first time, and I'll be like, yeah, so my name's Eric and my wife's name is Ariel. And they're like, oh, you're married? Your wife's name is Ariel? And I'm like, no.
No. You're like,
Like,
so I'm actually the husband and the wife.
right?
I am the
That's why
man and the mer.
I just start saying that now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. That is so funny. But yeah, I usually tell people like it's so ironic how the universe worked out for me. And then like my family having on my dad's side the mermaid lore from my great granddad, like everything just
What do
is
you
so
mean?
yeah. So apparently my great great granddad caught a mermaid on Edisto Beach in South Carolina, where I'm from.
What?
And yeah, yeah, that's been the story that my dad told me since I've been a kid, and I held on to that shit till this day. They even did a dramatization of it on the Netflix show. Like I did a whole voiceover explaining it and everything.
See, I watched it,
Hmm.
but it was years ago, so I don't know. I didn't remember that part.
I think it's
But so do they
on.
genuinely think it was a mermaid? Like I don't know if
Yeah, that's what my dad. That's what he said. It was the mermaid. He
okay.
caught her and had her in the bathtub and was nursing her and all.
What?
Yeah, that was it. And then there's some. And then I actually like a year or two ago found out there's some more mermaid lore from Charleston, where I'm from. So there was a mermaid ride in like 1840 something in like downtown area. This shit was crazy. So I was like, oh, okay.
Have you ever seen? I'm gonna just look up Irish mermaid movie.
Irish mermaid
Yeah.
movie. The Mermaid's Chair. Is it The Mermaid's
Uh-uh.
Chair? I think that was an
Oh, The Secret of Rowan Inish.
uh-uh.
Okay,
What?
it is one of my comfort movies, and
Really?
my boyfriend showed it to me a few years ago, and it's about the like Irish version of mermaids, which are called
Yes.
selkies,
Yeah, the Selkies, the Seal Mermaid.
the seal mermaids. Oh my
Uh-huh.
God, you would love it. It's so
I might
good.
have seen it. I might, because I've seen a few Silky Mermaids. Is it like one of those late 90s, early 2000s movies?
Well, no, it's
Um,
earlier. I think it's like 93.
okay. If I see the cover of it, I might know it.
But it's very whimsical and like yeah, there's like a bunch of mermaid lore in this family and like
Ah,
yeah. I mean,
okay. I'm gonna have to look into that and double check.
we're quite the scientific podcast, so I will not say that there has been evidence of real mermaids, but
Mhm. Yeah.
very very into them just as like a concept and
Yeah.
like the freedom that you were talking about and just like learning to
Hmm.
like be yourself and like
And then the other thing
have a little
too
whimsy.
that makes me believe in it is the whole thing of like before technology and all that, how all these other countries had their own depiction of the same thing without even
Yeah.
having acknowledging each other, but
Yeah.
they all saw it. So I feel like that helps me, and I'm like, wait a minute, how
Yeah.
they all see it, and they're all in different places. So yeah,
Right. And I think most of the explanation is like people were like out at sea for a long time and they saw
hmm,
a manatee and they were like, a
yeah,
woman. I want to fuck a
cabin fever.
woman.
What they
Yeah.
call it, like cabin fever, right? They get
Yeah.
cabin
Cabin
fever from being,
fever.
yeah,
Yeah. At this time, they didn't have fleshlights. Like, they probably didn't
right,
jack off in groups. So they were all just like
right,
really pent up and like
yeah.
hallucinating.
Very much. But
But
hey,
I would love
I
if they were real.
yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for
Have
it.
you ever seen The 13th Year? Obviously, right?
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that was like the first merman movie that was like, oh yay, we can do this too. Like it's for
Yeah.
boys too. Like that was the movie where I told people it's for boys too. Look, they got a whole movie about it. So yeah, that movie helped a lot.
And it was literally like puberty. Like it
Yeah.
was like
Yes.
at puberty you become a
Uh huh.
mermaid, which
Yep.
like I feel like there's so many magical movies where it's like at a certain age you like
At a certain
find out
age.
your powers or
Uh
whatever and
huh. Like Sabrina.
like Sabrina, like getting a letter from Hogwarts when you're
Uh
11,
huh.
you
With
know, it's like
Harry. Yeah.
there's stuff changing in your body,
Hmm.
but like with mermaids it's like inherently like sexual. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. To get the urge.
it's like you have the urge, you're hot now, like
Uh-huh. Yep. You
you
got
can
this
you can hear
halo.
things and feel things like more sensitively than before.
Uh-huh. Yep. It's
Um,
very interesting.
in your human puberty, or rather, do you remember when you first were feeling like sexual feelings or when you had your first orgasm?
Hmm. I wanna say I know I was young.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like
Mm.
middle school era.
Okay.
'Cause I remember watching spicy TV on HBO late at night for sure.
Real
And
sex.
finding out, yep, real sex, take whatever number they would do. Yeah, I learned
Mm-hmm.
a lot from real sex. So I was watching that and finding out about like what ejaculation was and orgasms and sex in general, strippers, all that shit. I learned from watching real sex because my parents were like, no, no, you're not gonna learn about none of that stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, why would y'all teach me? Now I'm gonna learn from HBO. Shit, I learned
Literally,
sex from HBO.
I'm like realizing so many people have had the same exact experience. And I'm like, does HBO know like the profound impact they had on like young
Right?
people when they were trying to make this show for like adults? Like it's just like a docuseries, but it ended up being like our
Yeah.
Dr. Ruth basically was
Yeah.
like Atlantic City hookers that like take their teeth out to
Yes.
give the best blowjob ever. I was like, I'll never
Yep.
forget that.
Yep. Yep. I don't think they realized it either. Because they was thinking they were making it for the adults, but the adults were already sleeping.
Literally, they're so tired, and all their kids are just like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to learn about cum now.
Yeah. Yes, yes. That's what I learned a lot. So yeah, orgasms and all of that, jacking off, all that stuff came from me watching real sex.
Was your first boyfriend the first like sexual experiences you had with another person?
No, but my first boyfriend in, because well, I think it really count as boyfriends. Yeah, yeah. My first boyfriend I had in eighth grade.
Oh no, but your first serious boyfriend was the other guy.
Yes,
So like first
like first puppy love was
puppy
eighth
love is eighth
grade.
grade.
Yeah.
And were you guys like making out or just like okay,
Making out, giving each other head. We did have sex
mm-hmm.
one time, and yeah, after that I was
One
like, oh
time?
okay. Because we broke up after.
Oh my god.
We ended up going. Cause I think he ended up moving, or I didn't want to talk to him or something. I don't know. I was immature.
Okay.
I was 15, and I finally got my rocks off, and I was just ready to just go.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't want to be tied down no more.
You're a little fuckfish.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely giving that.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever hooked up in like murd out?
No, but I've said I'm saving that for my husband.
Okay.
Whoever put the ring on my finger, he getting all that.
Okay. He's getting the full fantasy.
Yes, because especially after that one girl years ago that got a silicone tail with a working vagina on it, I was like, oh,
What?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was this in the doc?
No.
Okay.
But Mer Taylor, the guy who made
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mermaid
yeah.
tails,
He's the one who made
him,
it?
yeah, him and his ex, they made that tail.
So wait, she has a tail that has a vagina built into it.
Uh-huh.
So somebody could fuck the tail, but is she getting sensation from that?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, because they molded it onto her. So both holes would be exposed the right way, even when she bends over and all of that shit. Yeah.
That's
But
so sick.
I don't think nobody ever like posted the video. Like there's pictures of the tail and her
Uh-huh.
swimming in it, but nobody's ever seen or posted the clip that I know of.
Well, that would
So
be
I don't even
porn.
know. Yeah, so I don't even know if anybody's ever like actually seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't even think to look for it. I've been meaning to, but I've seen some wacky mermaid pornos, so I didn't think to look into that
See,
one.
I can picture it being like physically possible from behind because
So
she
that's
can
where it's
bend.
mainly at. Yeah, it's in the back mainly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Would
Mhm.
you ever want to do something like that?
I would I would have definitely been the merman doing porn if I started out with that at first.
I'm not even saying porn. I'm just saying
Oh.
to fuck in a tail.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I would have
Okay.
been the first merman doing porn, doing that shit for real.
Okay,
Like
okay,
I would
okay.
definitely did that.
I mean, it's still on the table, especially because you're mostly doing adult entertainment stuff. Like,
Yeah, but then I know
but then
there's
it
kids
could go the real
around.
sex
Yeah,
thing, and then a bunch of kids are
yeah.
like, I learned how to fuck from a merman
I'm a
or a
mermaid man.
mermaid. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I'll stay PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, because that one of my performances of me swimming in a tank.
Yeah.
So my balls usually shows because the fabric tail I have is really thin.
Uh-huh.
So somebody commented and was like, "Oh, nice, but don't make it sexual. There's kids there." And I'm like, "Bitch, what?
Oh.
Are you serious right now, lady?"
Mm.
That's the comment you want to put? Because you're looking at that. Because your little guilty mind is looking at my damn crotch area, and you like,
Is
come
it
on,
visible from the front or the back?
from the front.
Mm.
So it's like, lady, come on now. I'm a
Like it's
merman at the end of the day.
right.
I'm going to fucking be there. Like,
Just be
shut
like,
up.
they're eggs. I
Yeah,
reproduce by myself.
right, right. That's actually my egg pouch, lady.
Yeah, it's my that's my sack, my egg sack.
That's my egg. Mind you, it works both ways.
Hmm.
Saying that. Literally.
Would you have you ever met another mer person that you have hooked up with?
No.
Mm.
'Cause every
Would you?
merman that I meet, yeah, I wouldn't even mind dating another merman, but
Yeah.
everyone I meet is always automatic. Oh, that's mer bro, or that's the Blix Unami. Yeah. So they be, yeah,
Oh, they think you're like so famous.
yeah, or they just
They're just like
automatically
they're
come bro.
mesmerized.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I automatically get the bro card, so it's like, I'm bound to date a pirate or something, or a two-legger
Sure.
man.
Sure. I'm so surprised that they like bro zone you so quickly.
But then there's other mermen who
Cause like
date,
to
and it's
me,
like,
you're like
what the hell?
sex. You're like
Listen, they can't
I
have
know I'm not an option, but
intimidated.
to me,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe they get intimidated or something. Because I know other mermen who date each other and they're like in relationships and shit. And I'd be like, how the fuck?
how do
What?
you get that? Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you do that? Like, y'all just met.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, it's whatever.
Yeah. Maybe it's the intimidation factor
Yeah, I think so. I think
that
so.
they're just like, well, it's easier to be friends because I don't know if I could perform.
Uh, yeah, you catching on real fast.
Oh, I am so happy to have something else to make puns out of because
Yes.
for the last 7 years, I've just been doing like cum puns. And
No.
now,
Yeah. The mermaid
what
ones
was the
get
one I said
real
the other
deep.
day? Oh, because you said you were going to get really fishy. And I was
Yeah.
like, as Katie Murray says, fish,
Yes.
fish, fish.
Yeah. It's
No, it's a
really
joy.
it gets the vocabulary gets real deep. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I said with anchovy, that's the haters.
That's the
Uh,
haters. Yeah.
Throwing urchins, that's throwing shade or being rude to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Seaweed, fire coral. I told you about that. That's for weed.
Marijuana,
Yeah, marijuana. Or marijuana. Some people say marijuana. Um,
marijuana.
but I like seaweed and fire coral better. That
I mean,
sounds
I started my little crab set. You guys, I play a crab. And I
yeah.
started with my set being like, sorry, I was outside smoking seaweed.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. And your tail has a weed leaf at the bottom, like, or is weed leaf
Yeah.
shaped?
Yep. That was my little secret little way of adding weed into my mersona.
Mm-hmm. You're like, if anybody wants to smoke me out after
Yeah.
my performance,
Right.
I will be in the tub.
Yes. With the bubbles. And my two friends, Ben and Jerry, with fish food.
Oh wait, but speaking of being in water, have you ever
Hmm.
had sex in water?
Yes, with my last boyfriend 9 years ago, we had sex in a pool.
How do you find it?
How do I find the
Like, do
pool?
you like water sex?
Oh, it was interesting. I wouldn't do it again though, because it's
Right?
like, it was spontaneous. It was at night at his apartment complex, so it was easy to like get in there and just do it. But then after a while, I was like, I'd rather be in a bed.
I'd rather be in a bed. I feel like water is like really fun for like foreplay, but every
Yeah,
time I've had sex in a body of water, it's like first of all, I can feel it like whooshing in me,
yeah,
which I'm like, this just feels like kind of gross. Whether it's like
yeah,
seawater or like
yeah,
chlorine, like you just don't want it
uh-huh,
getting in your holes. And then
yeah,
also like it's hard to move. Like
yeah.
like you want to be going fast and then suddenly there's like a fucking Blix Unami being
Yeah.
created in between
Yeah.
your faces, and you're
Yeah.
waterboarding yourself and the other
Right.
person.
Right. Exactly. It's too
And then
much.
in shower sex, like always one person is cold. Like water is such like a
Yeah.
it's like such a fun idea. But then I'm
It's
like,
a fun
maybe just for
idea.
like foreplay and then
Yeah.
like dry off and get in bed.
Yes. I
Or
feel
like
it.
get on the floor or whatever.
I
It's
feel
just
it. Yeah.
get
Depends
on
on
land.
how.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get on land. Get dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't care for it though either. It's not. Mm-mm.
Are you a top or a bottom or a verse or a side or whatever?
I am a full blown verse.
Yeah, I
Yes.
had a feeling.
Hmm. That's the
She's
life.
everything.
He's everything. They're like, what are you? I'm everything.
I am all.
Yes. And guys be like, oh, which one you like more? Both.
Yeah, all of it.
Both. Yeah.
You're just a
I'm
very like
everything.
I want to experience everything individual.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Just life. Like just like we're only here for literally a blink of a second when you really think about it,
I know it's
how quick
crazy.
this shit could be over. So it's
I
like,
know.
hey, do it. Smoke the seaweed.
Uh-huh. There's this philosopher I learned about in high school called Schopenhauer,
Mm-hmm.
and his whole thing is like imagine like a massive fountain and then like the
Mm-hmm.
bubbles in that fountain like come in and out so quickly. He's like you are one
Mm-hmm.
of those bubbles in all of human history. Like you are just a bubble. And
Oh,
it's
right.
like a little bit depressing because you're like I'm nothing, but then it's also so freeing because you're like I'm nothing. Like
Mm-hmm.
let's just like live for this blip.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's gonna pop.
Without trying to like hurt any of the other bubbles, hopefully.
Right.
But like
Exactly.
do
Maybe
what feels
attached
true
to
to your
some.
bubble. Maybe
Yeah,
attach to
exactly.
another bubble. You guys last a
Mm-hmm.
little longer just because the bubble's a little bigger.
Right, exactly.
That's community.
Yep. No, for real. I like that though. That's actually pretty dope. A dope way to look at it.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
people
then
think it's like very dark, and I'm like, no, I love it. It's such a relief to me.
yeah, and then it's so mermaidy because it's bubble.
Because, well, that's, yeah.
It's the bubble.
I know. The first text you sent me was with bubbles, and I was like, you are so branded.
Yeah, it's there. I can't help it. I love it though.
Hmm.
Like every time I get somebody's number or they get mine, I always text that wave of those bubbles, and they know it's
Yeah.
me.
And in the beginning, we were talking about, well, you mentioned to me off mic that you're hanging out with your family this week and like you guys are all
Yeah.
having like a really nice time. But I
Mm,
think you mentioned that there was some like verbal abuse in the beginning. Was that
yes.
surrounding your sexuality or like,
The
okay.
mostly being gay and then liking mermaids. It was very much, oh, this happened to you because you gay. You shouldn't be
Oh,
gay.
okay.
That wouldn't have happened to you. Or, oh, you're gonna go to hell if you keep living like that. And oh, take these dolls out. These for girls. Why you want that? There was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
that. But then there was a lot of me in return saying, I'm gonna still do it. I'm gonna still
Yeah.
be regardless. Like no matter how much we fight and argue, you try to take my dolls and throw them away. My mom's thrown away my dolls before. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just kept going. I got more dolls, as you can see. They're
Yeah. Hi, girls.
my prized possessions over there. So yeah, it
Yeah.
it come and
How did
go.
How did I mean? So your mom was raised in the South as well, I assume.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
Yeah. So that was just kind of like she thought she was being a good parent
Protecting me.
and trying to protect you.
Yeah,
And
and then I
when did?
learned
Yeah.
that she was the black sheep too. So I was thinking she was putting some of that out on me because I was the black sheep out of my siblings. So I
How
felt
was
like
she
it
the
was
black
kind of.
sheep out of hers?
I don't know exactly how. I can't remember, but
But
I do
just
remember she
like
was
she
kind
had
of
that
the.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, she was ostracized a little bit. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
because she like had a child first or something. I can't remember.
Oh, see,
Can't
there's
remember.
always it's interesting. It's like the what used to be considered like that you don't do that Like
Uh-huh.
it changes every generation. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure like her
Mm-hmm.
parents eventually accepted her and were like, "Oh, thanks for giving us a grandchild."
Yeah, and then
Um,
everybody else had kids too, so
yeah. But when did like the tide change in
the
how she
changing of the
was?
time.
Yeah.
They really started respecting me more in the whole mermaid thing once I got,
Isn't that the way?
I know, right? I got Tosh
Hmm.
Point oh, and after
Oh
that came out
yeah.
on TV and they
Uh-huh.
saw it, they were like, "Oh shit!" But they still kind of like, "Whatever, you still working your little job though." Like, it's not
Yeah.
like something that's constant. And then once I got flown out to Italy, they were like, "Oh, wait a minute, this is actually
This is
letting you
something
go
you're
out of the
doing.
country." Yeah.
Yeah.
So once they did that happen, they were like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay."
it's interesting when it takes them seeing other people respecting you for them to
Yep.
finally get it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes I just want to be like I mean even with me like I have certain family members and like friends who were like, "Don't start this podcast. It's TMI."
Mm-hmm.
Like, yuck, 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 yuck. And then the
No.
second it's on Netflix or whatever, it's like, "Oh, like we've always believed in you." And like,
Uh-huh.
you want to be like, "Shut up," and like, you were wrong for a while. But then it's like,
Yeah,
I also kind of understand it. Like, you don't want us doing something that is going to have us be ostracized by other people. Like, they genuinely
yeah.
do think they're protecting you initially.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And now they're like, okay, you're safe. Like,
Yeah, because it's
we
their
can be
fear.
happy.
It's their
Mm-hmm.
fear because if they don't they always feared of doing something and being ostracized for it. So that's low key what they roll up in the ball and be like, "No, I'm protecting you." Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm gonna actually let my balls drop and I'm gonna go out here and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just like because there's other people too. Like,
My egg sac. I'm gonna let my egg sac fly.
you're right, exactly. Because if I said no and okay, I'll be a normal boy, I would have never found a mermaid community and,
Mm-hmm.
mermaid conventions and tail makers and all that shit. So,
Do
yeah.
you have any? Well, there's two-part questions. Mermaid
Hmm.
aspirations, like in the future, I'm sure, but like, do you want to like
Yes,
name some of them
yes.
and maybe uh, Mermafest?
I've been mermaid festing since April 12th, 1992, when I
Mm-hmm.
came out of my mama.
Yeah.
But
Swam out.
yeah, yeah, literally swam out for real. Basically just keep building the brand, the Blix Unami and the Blix
Mm-hmm.
Unami Adventures. I got like my doll that y'all saw. There he
So
goes.
cute. It's
Yeah, my
so
doll.
cute.
So this guy got him doing his thing, people steady, putting their pre-orders in
Mm-hmm.
for him. And so I'm building off of that, which he'll come with a comic book, which I want to turn that into a TV series or a mini movie, a Broadway show. I don't
Wait,
wrote
the
a
doll
Broadway
is
show,
you though,
everything.
but he is a he?
Yeah. He's a he, she, they, them, whichever anybody.
Okay. All
Yeah.
pronouns apply to the doll.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. Apply to me and the doll.
Okay, great. Great, great,
Yeah.
great.
I
Right.
just try
You
to
are
tell
you
people
are
just,
all.
yeah. I try to tell people like just say Blix, like it's just the Blix.
Where did Blix come from?
Blix came from out of the air when
Uh-huh.
I was in the process of getting my first tail back in 2012. I was drawing like a little sketch of me and the tail that the person was making. And I'm like, I need a name. I don't want to be Merman Eric. That's so boring.
Hmm.
And so I don't know. I was just sitting, chilling, drawing, and Blix just came out of nowhere. And I
Mm.
wrote Blix. And I was like, oh, I like how that looked. And so I was Merman Blix for a while. And then when I got hired to do Tybee Island's Mermaid Festival, I was
Hmm.
like, oh, this is a chance for me to become a brand because this is my first gig that I'll be doing yearly. So I want
Hmm.
people to, have something to remember me and recognize me. So then I came up with this whole look with the makeup, the color purple, because I used to have like a green tail and all these different
Hmm.
crowns. I had a bunch of different tails, bunch of different jewelry. But I used to always get confused for other black mermen with either locks or braids. And
Sure.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not me. So,
Yeah.
so with that too being in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, let me build this brand. And then I was like, I want to look like an anime character. Like I
And
want
you
to be
do.
a real life, right? I want to be a
Yeah.
real life cartoon character from an anime in Japan. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was drawing, the new look that I wanted, and then I drew myself on a wave, and then I was looking, and I saw like a tsunami on the news or something. And I was like, the Blix Tsunami,
Blix
and I was like,
Unami.
oh, the Blix Tsunami, because I caused waves. Ah, so
I
yeah,
love that. It's
the
so
Blix
good.
Tsunami came from yeah. And then I wanted to take the merman part out. That's why I called myself the Blix Tsunami because of the they them. I don't want everybody to always
Mm,
say merman Blix Tsunami. No, it's the Blix.
the Blix Unami.
Yeah.
Um, okay, amazing. And so we want the brand to grow. And then do you have any like
Mhm.
sexual and or relationship goals going into this next year?
Definitely what I want personally is to find or have my partner here locked in before this shit like gets bigger and bigger.
Mm,
That's what I want.
mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm getting there. I am, dating right now, so we'll see.
Have you
We'll see.
Well, see, have you ever are you on the apps at all?
Yes,
Okay.
but seldom because I am trying to talk to this one person. So I check my messages, but yeah,
Okay.
the
I'm just
apps are
wondering
annoying.
because I'm like, you could always just like be on the apps as Eric and then like make sure they like you for you. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've even had guys be like, "Aren't you that merman?" And I was like, "Oh
Mm,
shit." So I went to my first sex party
mm-hmm.
last year, December, out here,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in the line to the bathroom, and I got tapped on my fucking shoulder. I was probably already at the party for like 2 hours already at this point. I'm in the line in the bathroom. I get tapped on my shoulder, and the guy's like, "Hey, aren't you that merman?" And I was like,
Uh,
I'm not going to the parties no more. That was the first time I went, and I never
no.
went to one again. But
Really?
I thought that was weird. I'm like, damn, I'm in New York. I just moved to my apartment. Just found out
Mm-hmm.
there's a sex party down the street. Like, yeah, I'm single, whatever. And that happened. I was like, ugh, okay. It wasn't really my scene though. Anyway, like I did it to,
Do it
break
to do
myself
it.
in. Yeah, to say I did
Yeah.
it. So that I rather a one-on-one, to be
I
honest.
think the comedian Joel Kim Booster had a similar experience where like
Yeah.
he was at a sex party and somebody tapped him on the shoulder while he was like fucking
Oh,
and was
that's
like,
even worse.
"Weren't you in that movie Fire Island?" And he's like, "Oh god."
Oh shit. Yo, that's
Which
funny.
like flattering, but also like really takes you out of the moment and like out
Right,
of the
right.
anonymity of that kind of
hmm
experience. So I'm
hmm
sorry that happened, but also it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I
You
thought
should
it
go
was
to one of
funny.
those ones where it's like everyone's masked up,
All the masked up ones, right? The
you know?
masquerade party. That would be
Hmm.
interesting.
But yeah, so I love that goal for you just to have somebody locked in who like, is there for like the right reasons and like
Right, right. The right
can just be your
reasons. That's my goal.
merson.
Yeah, my merson, my mer wrangler.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly, definitely that somebody that's already locked in and knowing me for me, and not
Yeah,
somebody that's seeing me on TV and then want to be obsessed and try to get with me and for the wrong reasons. I
yeah,
want the right intentions to be there.
totally. Do you have any things you want to accomplish sexually or like you feel like you've you've done it?
Um, the mermaid thing, doing it with
The
my,
mermaid thing.
getting a mermaid tail made just
Yeah,
for that. Yeah, so that's like the last thing.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Yes, mermazing.
Mermazing.
Yeah, there you go.
Barbie Mermaidia.
Yup, I love that movie. I was just watching that movie like 2 nights ago.
Well, you're great. I'm so happy we got to do this. I'm so happy we got
Yes,
to meet at
me
Slippery When
too.
Wet.
So fun. It was so fun.
So fun.
Y'all, see, so hilarious.
Oh, thanks. Can you tell everybody where they can follow you online and where they can pre-order the dolly?
Yes. So you can follow me on all my socials, the Blix Unami. Well, my Facebook is Blix Unami the Geechee Merm. That's the only one. Everything else is the Blix Unami. And then my doll pre-order link is at the top of my bio on my Instagram. It's on a website called Free Funder. So even if you go to Free Funder and type in the Blix Unami, it'll pop up. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's all my socials, and my
That's
YouTube is the same, the
amazing.
Blix Tsunami. I just got back on my TikTok, so I just uploaded there. So yeah, everything is the Blix Tsunami.
Perfect. And yeah, you can, or sorry,
And
perfect.
stream my music, my
And
music.
yes. No, that was the most fun part of the show when you were singing and you were like, wave. And everybody was literally like
Yes,
doing little hand waves instead of like
I just
the wave.
I just started doing that too to get my performances more crowd involved,
Yeah, it was
to
so
make
fun.
people feel like they're in the performance with me. So every time I do that song, I always start out tell people do the wave, wave.
Yeah,
And people
I
do
loved
it.
it.
So and when they
Yeah,
don't, I'll be like, you better start waving before
better
I
fucking
drown
wave.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they end up doing it, they be like, oh. But no, yeah, it's dope. It's dope.
You guys, if you want to follow this podcast, if this is your first time here, welcome. You can follow the podcast at How Come Podcast. You can follow me at Remy Casimir. If you want to watch this whole episode with video and see how beautiful Blix looks, patreon.com/howcome. And Blix, I have to ask you one more question before we
Uh-huh.
go, which I have to ask everybody after a sexual experience. And this has been sexual.
You right?
The Blix Tsunami, did you finish?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. It was
You guys,
fun.
it was so fun. I came to, or I finished to, whatever. I fishnished too.
Yes, sister.
Um, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time on How Come. Bye.
See you later.
See ya.
It's not you, it's me. I try so hard to finish honestly. They say you'll know when you go all the way from A right down to O. Oh no, I think that I still got a ways to go. Oh, I'm sick of this and I have got to know. How come? How come? How come I can't achieve? How come I can't achieve? I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm rolling up my sleeves. Oh baby, I believe these guests can help. 'Cause I can't do it by myself. I wanna just
Hello, Marvel section. So if you've made it this far, you might have already done this Googling, but as I was talking to Blix, I was like, how does HIV become AIDS? Like, how did Blix have HIV for a year undetected and it did not turn into AIDS? So a quick Google from the NIH says, without treatment, HIV can gradually destroy the immune system, causing health decline and the onset of AIDS. People receive an AIDS diagnosis when their CD4 cell count drops below 200 cells per milliliter of blood, or they develop certain illnesses. So basically, HIV damages the immune system so that the body is less able to fight infection and disease. If HIV isn't treated, it can take years before it weakens the immune system enough to become AIDS. So I think it seems like most people do not get AIDS anymore if they are getting tested regularly and treating HIV, which is really good to know. And yeah, spread that information around, but also still get tested and like all that good stuff. And if you're wondering, the first sign of HIV infection is typically a flu-like illness that occurs within the 2 to 4 weeks after exposure to the virus. This illness may include fever, chills, night sweats, fatigue, muscle aches, sore throat, swollen lymph nodes, and a rash. If you are a hypochondriac, don't listen to that. Like, I feel like I get that sickness every day. But also, it's always okay to get checked. Okay, love you. Bye.